one issue, cannot access the bank because of LLC strike. So it will affect, so it's not affecting us generally.
I have to take my ATM card. They said that the bank is not working today. Say there is a strike. I cannot make use of my time as I planned it. So the thing is affecting the economy of the country.
It's very, very affecting my plan. In fact, I don't know what to do about it. But as I'm there, I'm very, very hungry.
A POS operator who also spoke on the possible increase in charges as a result of the strike.
Since the bank don't go strike, we only add if the money had us to get for bank. Only when we add money for pay. But in normal price, now say 100 naira for 5,000, 50 naira for 1,000.
Me, I don't know say strike, they are just they come out. So, but we are still doing normal charge for now.
Yesterday, the General Secretary of the National Union of Banks, Insurance and Financial Institutions Employees, Mohammed Sheikh, said banks and other financial institutions have been given directives not to work today and Wednesday in support of the warning strike.
The committee that was set up by the federal government that comprises the Congress, NLC, the TUC, and the government has not been working. They have not been engaging the organized labor, and we felt that maybe government is not really appreciating the hurt that people are going through. All banks, all insurance in Nigeria will join the 6 days warning sit at home. After which, if government didn't respond robustly, genuinely, if that is not done, then I think we will further escalate the 2 days to a national strike.
Also, the chairman of the NLC in Rivers State, Alex Agwangwo, told our correspondent that the Labour would seek severe action if the government fails to meet its demands after a 2-week ultimatum.
We're running complaints now. We're part of the strike. The team is going around. So the situation is everybody up from work. After these 2 days running strike, we have a 2 weeks working days ultimatum. Issue likely allowed by second to third week of this month. I think that would make that action if our demands are not met.
Recall that the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress refused to attend a meeting called by the federal government. The NLC declared a 2-day warning strike over increasing hardship and suffering across the country caused by the removal of fuel subsidy. But the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, is warning that the strike will worsen the plight of ordinary Nigerians. Moving on, the Commissioner for Works in Rivers State, George Kelly, says the management of dark communication operators of AIT and Raypower are ungrateful for blackmailing the Rivers State government. Mr. Kelly told our correspondent that the building housing the property of dark communications in Port Harcourt was given to the broadcast company free by the state.
That property belongs to Rivers State government. Rivers State government gave it that place to them pro bono. Now something we gave to them pro bono. Today they are blackmailing Rivers State government. That is the height of ingratitude. They don't have any documentation on that land. There's no CFO. They have never paid Rivers State government ground rent on that land for over 20 years. Take note, they have never paid 1 naira on that property before. Even the fence they inherited, not even fence. Even the mast was owned by Radio Nigeria and handed over to Rivers State government, which we ceded to them. It's not their mast.
And the Rivers State Commissioner for Works also dismissed insinuations that the demolition was influenced by the former governor, Yinsu Wike.
It's an old issue. When we told them, look, the mast, where the mast is sitting now, is not in the area allocated to you. We know that the mast is ours, not even theirs. We say, can you relocate the mast? You write them a letter, they will not respond. You invite them for a meeting, they will not respond. You write them a letter, sometimes they will refuse to pick it. You paste it on their gate. And the management, and today we are saying, okay, take 20% of it. Let's give 80% of it to reversible. You are complaining. How will a responsible organization like that fail to take over 20 years? That's taking us for a ride.
Yesterday, the transmitter mast of the 2 broadcast stations was brought down after it was disconnected on Sunday by officials of the Rivers State government on Sunday. The acting head of Center Dark Communication, Anthony Ekiko, said the company's inability to transmit due to the disconnection may affect 85% of its workforce, which he said are indigents of Rivers State. A brief history of the incident shows that the River State House of Assembly revoked the ownership of the 860 plots of land owned and occupied by Dar Communications, the owner of AIT and Ray Power in Port Harcourt. The Assembly said it only returned the land to the River State government over wrongful acquisition. It followed a petition against the broadcast station by 4 communities: Ozoba, Rumusi, Rumokwachi, and Nalakaya in Obiakpo local government council area of the state. The 4 communities are the original owners of the land. The petitioners had claimed that in 1973, the River State government acquired for public use over 316 acres of land lying and situated along NTA Choba Road and fronting the east-west road from Ozoba, Rumusi, Rumokwachi, and Alakaya communities. They said the River State government, in the course of the time, allotted part of the land to the Federal Ministry of Industry for the establishment of a workshop for the training of people in various skills. Also, another portion measuring about 50 acres was allotted to the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN. FRCN erected communication masts and buildings. It operated for a very short time before selling the entire station to the River State government for the use of Radio Rivers. Similarly, Radio Rivers operated the station for a very short time before Dar Communications took over the entire station for the use of AIT. The land matter later ended up in court. In March, the state government, in line with its GRA Phase 5 Ozuoba master plan, reclaimed and fenced the land. To crime stories now. The police say no life was lost in the crisis that broke out in Bodo community, Gokana local government area of River State yesterday. The River State Commissioner of Police, CP Wunyemeka, said this during the weekly press briefing in Port Harcourt. He said personnel have been deployed to the area to restore normalcy.
Morning when I heard there was issue there, I sent 2 area commanders out of my meeting. The area commander of Eleme and Bori, including the commander 56 PMF, to race to that very place immediately. But I want to say, as of now, I've spoken more than 4 times with the DPO, and nobody has been confirmed dead. We don't have any information to any person dying. In any case, the community issue took me over 5 hours last week on Friday, which I tried to resolve the parties.
But a photo of a body of a young man with a bullet wound to the jaw and shoulder is circulating online, with many saying he was shot dead during the border crisis. A resident of the community, Justice Kuzo, tells correspondent Sobiru Wari that one person is feared dead after gunmen invaded the community yesterday morning, causing panic in the area. He said the community is currently deserted following the incident.
They came in this community this morning with their gang, with rifles, shooting up and down in the community. People are running helter-skelter. Nobody is able to go to farm this morning. Even fishing, nobody is going to fishing. People are trying to pack out of the community because of insecurities. The CP did not say anything about the killing. And this morning, the boys came again, shooting up and down in the community and around to the bush. And even as I speak with you now, they are still in the bullet.
On the Vice Chairman of Bodo Council of Traditional Rulers, Joseph Poeba, called on the state government to urgently intervene.
Where the Commissioner of Police called the elders and the chief primary ruler. So we're expecting that what they have the Commissioner of Police we settle to know how to we buried our people that they carry their gun and shoot and killed. We will not accept that they talk about the burial of what they killed in the community.
We don't know how to tell our father, the Commissioner of Police, that call our elders. And what we hear about it is that now he should go to community and rule. What of the corpses, the dead bodies around the whole Bodo community? Leave this case now, because the way you tackle the case is not fair. You care our lives that we are not safe. You only hear from the John Berebon, and you do not ask anybody.
The second attack followed a stakeholders meeting in Bodo community where the police commissioner called on Bodo residents to embrace peace. A survivor of the first attack, which happened at the oil spill sites in the area, faltered the stakeholders meeting with the state police commissioner. He said he was not given a chance to speak.
I'm not satisfied because them for present me to speak what's happened against happen or death or injury or nothing. Nobody told me anything. I am the victim of everything that happened. So I can talk what happened. So I need to speak everything that I saw and what happened. People I saw it the way they shoot the gun and kill people. So I'm not satisfied for what they did in my life.
And the survivor also said the state police commissioner during the stakeholders meeting did not address the shooting that took place, but rather spoke about who should be in charge of community affairs.
But they shoot our brother, our king, they call boy this morning. And what you see. So my suggestion, they need governor to come intervene if something happen for Bodo, because both women and old men in this community, they hide, they don't know how to take common house, go anywhere.
In the meantime, the River State Police Commissioner paraded 4 policemen in Port Harcourt yesterday for allegedly extorting money from residents. The accused officers attached to a neighboring state command were said to have extorted 6.5 million naira from 3 young men and accused them of being internet fraudsters.
Police officers, they have been on detention for barely more than 2 weeks right now. For another offense, they are not from this command, but we arrested them to show that we are here to purge ourselves. I don't think any other organization has been more projective like the police in clearing up the bad eggs in their system. And I want to be challenged on that. Once again, I want to assure you that we fight crime to a standstill to the best of our ability.
CP Emeka also paraded 4 operators of the anti-cultism unit of the command for assaulting a woman around the Ada George axis of Port Harcourt. The officers were arrested following a viral online video of the assault.
Upon receipt of the complaint, the commander of the CP monitoring unit swung into action and identified the officers as men of anti-cultism on stop and search. They have been all arrested and in custody undergoing interrogation. Also appealing for the lady that was assaulted to come to the command to give us her own side of the incident for proper investigation to be carried out. Security is every person's business.
The police boss also said that one Henry Thomas was arrested in Akinima community, another West local government area, and firearms were recovered from him.
The operative of the command arrested one Henry Thomas, a native of Akinima, in Ahoda local government area of Rivers State. During interrogation, he confessed to the crime and later led operatives to Akinima community on 30th of August 2023 at about 0400 hours, where their operational vehicle, a Toyota Sienna, 2 pump-action guns, 2 rounds of LA ammunitions, 25 rounds of AK-47 ammunitions, and 6 cartridges were recovered from him.
He also said operatives of the command arrested a notorious cultist and kidnapper in Rumodogo community and recovered firearms.
Police operative of the command on 30th of August arrested one God Power, Salete, and one Temple, Woko, male of Rumudogo 1 in Nemo government area. The 2 suspects led a team of policemen to Rumudogo forest for the recovery of their arms. During the process, their gang members engaged the police in a gun battle, and in the process, the 2 suspects was fatally wounded, while others escaped with bullet wounds. One AK-49 rifle and 6 magazines were recovered.
Well, still to come, former PDP National Vice Chairman expresses displeasure over role of judiciary in electoral matters. Stay tuned.
Stay updated with all the current news. From policies to politics.
Afternoon and welcome back. The military and the police say they will not condone any unlawful action by troublemakers. The Director, Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, warned those who might be planning to cause violence on that day to discard the idea. The tribunal, in a statement on Monday, announced it would on Wednesday deliver judgment on the petitions challenging the declaration of Bola Tinubu as the winner of the 2023 presidential election by the Independent National Electoral Commission. A former national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Olabode George, has expressed displeasure over the role of the judiciary in electoral matters in Nigeria. The elder statesman said it should not be rested on the judiciary to tell Nigerians who won a particular election. He said INEC should be able to stand its ground in making the right decision at all costs, even if it takes conducting multiple elections to arrive at the right results.
And now, the business news.
To business now, the ad hoc committee of the House of Representatives on the disposal of public property has summoned 6 key agencies to appear before it to clarify the role they played in the sale of public assets at their disposal. In entertainment, the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria says it generated 603 million naira from tickets sold across the country in August. In sports, Brazil have dropped Manchester United winger Anthony following allegations of abuse by his former girlfriend. The Brazilian Football Federation said the 23-year-old had been withdrawn from the squad after facts became public that need to be investigated. And finally, on the international scene, the U.S. First Lady Jill Biden tested positive for COVID-19 on Monday evening and is experiencing mild symptoms. The 72-year-old who is vaccinated and has received boosters will stay at home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where she and the President, Joe Biden, spent part of the weekend. President Joe Biden tested negative for the virus after her diagnosis. And that was the news this afternoon. But before we leave, a quick recap. Banks, courts in Port Harcourt are shut as NLC warning strike begins. River State government has cleared the air on AIT transmitter disconnection. Former PDP National Vice Chairman Olabode George has expressed displeasure over the role of the judiciary in electoral matters. And on the foreign scene, U.S. First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. The news was edited by Oyekachi Wosu. Cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon, with temperatures of about 26 to 28 degrees centigrade. Please be advised. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215, 0808 721 7215. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. My name is Jude Omamigbe. Thank you for listening and good afternoon.